body. And when you move your body, you don't move it nice and sweet and sassy. All right? Woman, you're cute, and you don't need no makeup.
I was sitting here watching. I was going, nobody's getting on, dude. It's not streamed right tonight. I know there's a lot of confusion with the time. I set it up while I was in Central Time Zone. Doing crazy times on here. And it's Eastern Standard, not Eastern Daylight, so I don't know what's going on. All right. Good evening, everybody. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, do we have some great training coming up for you tonight. Quickly, in the comments, go ahead. Call out your friends. Tell them, get on. You don't want to miss out tonight. There's great training coming your way. Go ahead and tag them and get them on there. Also, remember, we are also on YouTube. So if you are having some trouble on Facebook, you can always watch us on YouTube, or you can invite a friend to come watch us on YouTube as well. So wonderful, wonderful things to know, guys. We've got some great stuff, and as always, be sure to let StreamYard know that you have given permission for them to see your name. So go ahead and go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and get that in there, because we are getting ready to get started. All right. Good evening, everybody. I'm Marsha Brown, your business leader. We are so excited to have you here with us tonight. We have some great training coming up for you as well. And we're going to go ahead and get us started. I know that we still have a few folks not on. So once again, go ahead and comment, tag your friends, say, come on over and get it. Grab the link, put it in your team page or with your unit, whichever, so that they know we're doing this as well. So let me flip this up here. There we go. And we always like to start with a quote. And Charlie and I were having this discussion this weekend. And this is one of those things that I think is so important to remember, because there are always, 100 reasons not to do something. We can always come up with lots and lots of reasons why we can't. But the thing is that all we have to do is come up with one reason to do it, because that one reason is enough to be able to see past any of the fear, any of the obstacles, any of the naysayers. Our one thing that will make a difference for us is the reason we will succeed. So right now, if you've been going through, all the reasons why I can't do this, or all the things that are working against me, or all the reasons why, no one wants to buy Tupperware, which is so funny because, we're probably having more people contact us about buying Tupperware since suddenly the press was, sure that we were going out of business. But, I think that we need to remember that there are so many things that we're in control of. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight, because we control our paycheck. We control what we want from our business. And I've been in this business a really long time. I know I started when I was a baby, but anyway, in my 42 years that I have been in Tupperware, I'm in my 43rd year now. I can tell you we've been through ups and downs. We've been through times. And I was just talking to some of you remember Marilyn when she was at our Jubilee watch party a year and a half ago. And one of the things, we were talking about, like, be like Marilyn, because you can build a business no matter where you are. And she shared how she had moved so many times and restarted. And there's actually a recording of that. So if you go back a year and a half to August and you see there's a video with me talking and interviewing her. And we had this whole be like Marilyn, because it really is inspiring. But anyway, she and I were talking this week. And she said, I remember back in the late 1990s, early 2000, USA Today had a big headline that said, the party is over. And it said, Tupperware is going out of business. So that was, 20 some years ago. And guys, we're still here. And I can promise you we're going to be here for another 20, 30, 75 years as well. But it's up to us to make that happen, because nobody has control of it except us. We are the biggest force of nature in Tupperware, and we can change anything. It's all about us putting our focus on what we want and doing the things that it takes to get the word out, because that's, my friends, is our biggest obstacle. We are the best kept secret in town, because people don't know how to find us. They don't know they don't know how to get up Tupperware And there's a whole generation that really think Tupperware is anything that's plastic. So we have to get out there, and not only do we have to show them that we're the best plastic on the market, but we have to show them, and especially all those folks who've had Tupperware over the years, that Tupperware today is not what it was. Because you all know we have some amazing products, and those products are not like anything else on the market. And if you took my challenge to be proud out loud and to go fill Facebook with lots of images and posts, and went live with your choppers and went live with your MicroPro grills, and you're doing your demos and things like that, people are going to come to know Tupperware is alive and well, and we're here to kick things off. So forget about all those reasons why you think you can't. Forget about all the things that are going on, oh my gosh, that are outside your control. Focus on the one thing that you control, and that is you. And all you need to do is find that one reason to do it. And maybe that's to take your kids to Disney World this summer. Maybe that's to be able to pay for band camp for one of your children. Maybe it's so that you can get some new furniture for your house. Maybe it's so that you can put some money towards a down payment. Maybe it's paying off a debt that you would love to get paid off. Find that one reason and stay focused on that. And there is nothing that can stop you, and you will be able to succeed. So it all starts with the party. And a lot of times people go, well, I don't know who to ask. I don't have anybody to ask. Because I want to tell you that we all have a lot of friends. And I like to call those folks Franks. We've kind of added on Franks. Franks is going to help you. Ask all the Franks you can, because that's going to help you grow your business. And it's really important that you always have a list of people to contact. One of the things that we always say to new people that come into the business is to have a wonderful 100 list. You take a notebook and you just start numbering 1 through 100, and you add names of anybody and everybody you can think of that you would like to date a party with. You know, you can always start with those people that you think won't have a party, those people that you think won't help you. Put them on that list. It's okay, because if you think they're going to say no when you ask them and they say no, who cares, right? Put also on there the folks who, you know, you're not sure, but maybe they will. And then, of course, put those people that you know might, or that you feel pretty confident will have a party. I bet that right now there's someone that you have never asked to have a party. And I want you to put them on that list. So the key is that you always want to have this list. And this list is so important because it helps us think about who we know. You see, we all actually have a circle of influence of about 200 people that we are acquainted with and come in contact with. And we typically think of about 10% of those, so about 20 people. So I want you to use this list as a way to build your contacts and build the people you're going to ask. Because this week, I am going to challenge you to ask a lot of people. So start with your friends, of course. Start with your relatives, and then go to those acquaintances, people that you know. Maybe you don't know them really well. Remember, I shared with you guys how when I was new, I was like horrible about asking people. And Charlie had to ask the lady across the street. Now, she wasn't a friend. We didn't really know her. We just would wave in, driveways at each other. He just walked over there, knocked on the door because he was acquainted with her. And he said, Marcia started selling Tupperware. She's looking for some folks that want to get some free stuff. How would you like to get something free just by inviting some friends over? She said yes. And my business was off and running. So always have a list of people to contact: your friends, your relatives, your acquaintances, your neighbors, the people at the doctor's office. If you have children, the friends, your children's friends' parents. If your kids are grown, your friends that have kids and their kids can be grown. It's okay. Anyone that if you're married, your spouse has contact with, maybe the people he works with, or maybe some people, his relatives or family or friends. And I always say, think about the people that those people will connect you to, okay? Because that's for the referrals, okay? Second thing that you got to remember is that you have to fall in love with the word no. I want you to stand up every day and go, no, 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 no. I just love to no. I want you to get excited about getting the word no, because it takes at least 10 no's to get a yes. And if you don't ask, you don't get. So if you don't ask, you've got to know. So why not ask and get that no? Thinking about it is harder than saying yes. Whenever somebody says to you, oh, let me think about it, you just say, thinking about it's harder than saying yes. Because if you're thinking about it, it means that you have a question. So what can I help you answer so that you can make that decision? Always ask for a referral if they tell you no. And one of my favorite words that I always like to say is people is, I'm in a contest. I just need one more person to help me out, to get some, a few friends together. Let me give you a free piece of Tupperware for helping me out. And for doing that, you could qualify for a lot of free Tupperware. Will you be my one, please? And then at the end of the day, always, 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 every month, be running your own mystery host party. You see, there are people that you're going to come in contact that are excited about having Tupperware parties, and they will say yes. Now, they're fewer than most, so you have to keep asking to find those. But in the process of that, as you're asking, you're going to come across people who say, oh, I don't want to have a party, but I would love to go to one. Because you can say, would you be willing to have one, or would you like to go to one? They say, well, I don't really want to have one, but I'd like to go to one. Okay. So those are the people you can ask them, either do they have a friend that likes to have parties and they could go to their friend's party, or you invite them to your party that you're having. And I always say you should have one towards the first of the month, and you should have one towards the middle of the month. That way you've always got two places to invite people. So as you get to the end of the month, you invite them to the first of the month next month, and then so on and so forth. But if you do that, you will hit all those people. Now, remember I said there's the people who want to have parties, the people who want to go to parties, the people who want to buy our products but don't want to go to a party. You're going to give them your website, right? And then there's going to be those few and far between people who don't want to participate at all. And you know what? So what? Tupperware's not for everybody. It's for people who want the best. So wish them well and let them go. And you focus on getting the parties that you want by asking the people that you have. Keep that list, that wonderful 100 list, and start asking. All right. Now, we have a booking blitz going on. And of course, you've still got time to add these parties. This is our booking blitz. There is our place for you to register those folks. It's on the Hooray page so that you can, it's pinned up at the top. Just go there, click that link. It takes you to our team up page where there's a calendar, and you just add your parties. You pick the color for your director team, and you click on the date, and then you put in when your party is. And that's all it is. It's super easy, super fun to do, and it puts you in the drawing. Once you have that party dated and the end for the party dates is this coming Saturday, with the parties closing by Tuesday, the 25th. And there's a reason for that, because we want to get ready for birthday month, and we want to close this month strong, and we want them to come in now. So for them to be in this drawing of the gifts that I'm going to give away, the parties have to be scheduled to hold and close by the 25th. Okay. And I'll even, if they date their party on Sunday and they close it on Tuesday, because it doesn't take but 24 hours to have a party, I will count them for my drawing on Wednesday. That way all the parties will be closed. You can post in the thing, the closing of your parties. That'll show your host name and her party sales. And then she will be entered into a drawing for either a $50 surprise pack, a $100 surprise pack, or a $200 surprise pack. Actually, it's a $250 surprise pack. I put the wrong image on there. $250 surprise pack. And when your host wins the surprise pack, you will also get an exclusive logo gift from me also. So let's get lots and lots more parties booked in there too. Now, we have so much to offer right now. We have so much to offer for these next 2 weeks. We have 3 amazing host gift specials that we are giving away right now. Never, ever before have we given away the That's a Bowls as the host gift special. This is huge for them to be able to get that complete set with a $500 party and 2 bookings. But look at those other great items that they have. These end on April 26th. So you can't wait to date these parties. You've got to date them now. And then we have coming up for May. And if you were on our Spring Fest on Saturday, you saw all these. You saw a great demonstration by my friend Maggie Weber about these. And of course, we have the booking bonus with the Cervelier bowl, the thank you gift, and then the host bonus with the cake taker or more salad bowls. We have that beautiful Cervelier host gift special. Oh my gosh, I love it. And then we continue with our salad set. But the best thing of all is that at $1,000, you will get double host credit. So your host will get a $400 shopping spree. She can use that to get both of these host gift specials and still go shopping. We're going to talk more about what you can do for May to build on that next week. But today, I just want you to think focused on getting those parties dated. And once you get those parties dated, you want to think about, what do I do with them now that I have them? Because, I didn't want to do that one yet. What do I want to do to get those parties dated, right? And so that's the real key, is you get those parties dated. And now that you have them dated, so that you've got your list of people, and now you've got what we have to offer. So you're going to start contacting people, and it's not going to matter what kind of party they book. It's going to be the same what you do, because the key to success in our business is building that relationship and coaching your host to success. And boy, oh boy, do I have someone amazing to share with you. She has been partying up a storm for 30 plus years now, and she always does a great job. And she also has had some seriously big numbers, and I'm going to bring her on right now. She is the one and only amazing Stacy Clifton. Yay, Stacy!
Hello,
right. Stacy, I want you to just share with everybody here. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and then we're going to let you talk about this, because you have had some of our biggest months anyone personal has ever sold in our company in the years that I've known you. And that's coming up 30 years next year, right? That we've actually worked together. That's pretty exciting. And so Stacy had like 6 months in a row that she personally sold over $10,000. And I think your biggest was like what, almost 20,000 in a month?
Yeah, I think it was like 18 something.
Okay.
Close to that.
Guys, think about that. That's personal sales in 1 month, $18,000. Now, if you've got your calculator, you can figure 35% of that, because it's 25% plus the extra 10% that you get with your volume bonus. That's a lot of bank that she made just for holding her parties. And there's some things that you've always done, I think, that, and you're probably going to touch on this a little bit, but one of the things that Stacy does, and I'll let her tell you a little bit more about it, is that she always goes in with a plan that she's going to get datings at her parties. And she even works to get datings from her parties before she even has her parties. And she has a secret to how she maximizes the time that she does her parties. So she knows what I'm talking about. She's going to answer those questions for you. But more importantly, she's going to share with you how to coach your host for the ultimate success. So I'm going to turn it over to you, and I will put the slide up for you as well, Stacy.
Okay. So guys, you can date those parties, and that's all well and good, but who would rather have a $200 party or a $1,000 party? And it all depends on what you do ahead of time. And by coaching your host, it really makes a huge, huge difference. The first thing that I'd always recommend that you do is, once you've got that party dated, get her info ASAP, get her date set and in your book. Whether you're at an event, vendor event, or whether you're at another party, whether you're doing it on Facebook, go ahead and know ahead of time when you can hold those parties, and be ready to say, hey, can you do your party on this date? Or is this date good for you? So that you can get those parties dated and penciled in your book. And I don't care if you're at a party and they say, oh, I've got my calendar at home, I'll have to get back with you. Nope, we're not doing that. What you want to say is, I totally understand that. All I need to do is pencil a date in so I can give your host credit for your party being dated. And then when you get home, you double check that date. And if that doesn't work, send me a message and say, hey, that date doesn't work for me. Can we do this date? And 9 times out of 10, 99% of the time, guys, they end up keeping that original date that you put in the book. And I always use a pencil in my date book because I can erase it if I need to. But I will promise you, out of all the parties I've ever dated, I would say 1% maybe have changed. And I was shocked when I started doing that and found out that's really how it worked. But it makes a huge difference because you're not having to track them down to try to get that party date set. And once they've got the date set, they're more apt to talk with you and continue on to have their party. But always make sure you get all her information, her name, her address, street address, email address, phone number, every possible way you can contact with her. Even go in now that we're doing all virtual we were doing all virtual parties, but we're doing some home parties now again. But get her to go ahead and friend you on Facebook right then, whether you're at an event, whether you're at the grocery store, wherever you meet this person, get them to go ahead and Facebook friend you, because that way, if you send her a message through Messenger, she sees it. Otherwise, she may not see your message. Okay. And I always send little postcard that I thank them for dating their party, because you know what? Even though we don't do a whole lot of mail, people love getting mail, and it's the fun mail. Okay, not the bills coming in the mail, but people love getting the fun mail. And so when they get that little postcard, and I've gone to do parties, and that postcard will be on their refrigerator with the magnet, so they do like that. And that's just a little extra thing that you can do, and it makes you stand out. Okay. All right. Find out if you're dating these parties through Facebook or, from a vendor event. Find out when's the best time to call them and talk to them. You know what, guys? Even though everybody texts and they do Messenger and all that good stuff, there is nothing like that one-on-one conversation with somebody else. Okay. We've gotten so away from that with COVID that I think it makes it a whole lot more special, and it makes them a little bit more committed to you when you actually talk to them in person. So I always try to find out when's the best time to talk to them, and make sure that they actually, any questions they have, because you know what, let's face it, they may not know how to do the party on Facebook. And I can't tell you how many people I've had, they'll text me, now, where do I go to do this party? The day of the party. And I've told them, but you know what? Sometimes it doesn't click. Sometimes they don't hear that. So you need to make sure that you are communicating with them really good. Communication is the number one thing when you're doing a party, because you have to be able to talk with your host and let her feel comfortable that, you're working with her, you're working for her to help her have the best party she can possibly have. Okay. The other thing is, let me see, make sure. Okay. I always tell my host that I will do most all the work. Okay. I'm going to be setting up the event. I'm going to be adding her to the party. All she has to do really is invite her friends and family. And then I also want her to communicate on the post, make comments, like the post, love them, all that kind of good stuff. Because, and I tell her, I said, you know what, the more you comment, the more your guests will comment, the better your party will be. I mean, you think about it, when you do a home party, it's the same way. If they all just sit there and stare at you during the party, that party's not going to be that great, right? But if people are having fun and they're laughing and they're, cutting up and joking and having a good time, they're going to spend more money. So you want to make sure that you are getting her to participate and getting her people to participate. I also ask her, who do you think would date a party? Because I want to know up front, of your friends that you're inviting, who do you think would have a party? Or who do you think would have a great party? Because even though sometimes they'll say, oh, I don't think they'll have a party. Well, you know what? You never know. And just tell me, who do you think would have a good party if they would have a party? So that way it gives you some idea when they start talking in the party or communicating in the party or participating, then oh, that's the one she said may have a party. So I really need to connect with her. Even though I try to connect with every single person who makes a comment in the party, I comment back with them. That's really important, because when you're commenting back with them, then they feel that connection. Okay. And what I do too is if she sends out her invites, and on my first day of, like, I've been doing mainly all Facebook parties lately. So if I send out on my first day, I always post all the sale specials. And I think that's still what Aubrey's got in the mock party. But then when people make comments, I'll comment back. And sometimes I may send somebody a private message. And if I do, I will tell them, sending you a private message. And that way it may be something like if they've made a comment, they've had a problem with a product or something, then I'd like to talk with them, off, not in the party, because I want to find out what the problem is or what happened and see if I can't help them with that. You don't want to keep that in your party. But if nobody is going into the party and saying they're going by the second day, then I'm going to check back with my host and I'm going to tell her, hey, you might want to, check with your guests and just put out a post on your page that you have sent out the invites. You know what? I need to back up because I forgot to tell you. I always tell my host exactly what to say and to post on her page so that she can let people know she's having a party. And if they'd like an invite, to let her know so she can send them an invite. I tell them it's a private event. So if you want to go into the party, let me know and I'll send you an invite. Okay. So then on the second day, if she has not, if they're not getting in the party, then I go back to her and tell her, hey, you might want to connect with these people, whether it's sending them a text message, sending them a private message, and going back on her page and saying, hey, all the invites have been sent out. Check your notifications and see if you've got it. The other thing is mail a packet to your host. That's real important, even though it's a Facebook party. When you go to do those, get her host items, she's got a catalog she can look through and see what she wants. She can go online, but you know what? Regardless if I tell them it has to be out of the big catalog, they always come back with something that's a sale special, or it's something that, is not in the catalog or the brochure. And so I want them to have that catalog in front of them. They can see the host gift special. They can see the thank you gifts. And it's easy for you to say, look on page so-and-so. And so that, and you never know when she's going to have somebody who doesn't get online. And that way she can show them a catalog. So I always send them a packet with a little note thanking them for the party again, even though I've already sent them a little postcard thanking them. Okay. I don't think you can ever thank them enough. All right. So once you've done that and she's got her guests coming to the party and she's, make sure you've got her her host goal. What is she working for? Find that out. And if she's working for a host gift special, that way you can kind of keep showing that to people and saying, isn't this great? How do you like this? Because you want your host to earn those gifts, because if she earns her gifts, she's going to really help or try to help you get datings, because you know what? If she wants a host gift special, she can't get it without those datings. So that's really important. And I tell you what else helps me. In that packet that I send out, I put a couple of catalogs and some brochures and a host tic-tac-toe sheet. And we put the tic-tac-toe sheet. This is a virtual one that we've made up so that it works for Facebook. And as you can see, it says invite 30 to 50 people with a minimum of 10 in attendance. Have party sales of $1,000. And you're really going to want to work on that for May because, like Marcia just said, double host credits in May. Who wouldn't want $400 in credits or in Tupperware to get? Set a time to hear the facts about joining my team. Guys, when you put it like that, it really kind of takes the pressure off you, because when you go over the tic-tac-toe with your host, you can say, oh yeah, this little box says the facts about joining my team. Let me just tell you about this. No obligation. I just want to go over it with you right quick so that you can mark that block off. And you might be surprised when they say, oh, I had no idea. I might want to do that. So that's a really easy way to talk to them about the Tupperware opportunity and not feel like you're pushing somebody into doing something, because some people feel like they're too pushy when they talk to people about that. So that's an easy way by having it on here. Personally invite everyone either by private message or by text. Hold the party on the originally scheduled date. I know if it's on Facebook, it's not as important because you're not having to rearrange your schedule as much. So, but if I have parties every night that week and I'm trying to have a really big week, it does make a difference when that party moves. So by her keeping it on that date, it really helps me keep my party schedule in my book the way I want it, and especially during a big month. Work towards having $300 in advance orders. And by having the link in the party already set up, they can easily do that. Okay. like I said, by talking to her about having a party dated ahead of time, that's going to help you get those 2 parties dated. And I love this next one. Interact on posts and encourage guests to comment and like posts. Oh my gosh, that's just what we were talking about when I was coaching her about the more interaction, the better the party is. So it's right there on the tic-tac-toe sheet. She's going to do that. But the only way she's going to know to do that is if you tell her to do it. Okay. It's so important not to just text this or email it to her, because the chances of her not looking at it are really big. People are busy. And sometimes they'll get, even when we did in-home parties, we'd give them the packet, and this would be in the packet. And the day of the party, they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even have time to look at this. I didn't even know this was in here. So that is very important to go over every one of these little blocks, either when you call her or maybe when you're giving it to her over the phone. You know, that's what I would rather do, is do it with her over the phone, because that way I can go over each block and make sure if she has any questions. And then friend me on Facebook within 24 hours from dating your party. So you can actually send this to her as soon as you date a party. And, you know, that way she has it. But even if you mail it to her and she hasn't friended you on Facebook, you can't set that party up, guys, until they friend you on Facebook. And you probably all know that. But just so you, you know, don't forget to do that. And that's an easy block to mark off, okay, because they've pretty much already done that, okay? So when they do the tic-tac-toe, I give them a gift for every 3 tic-tac-toes they get. Then when they do the entire page, they get something nicer, okay? And, you know, it depends on if she has $1,000 party, and that's what that says, have party sales of $1,000. If she does all of those things and has $1,000 party, you know, I'll throw in something really nice. It could be, I don't remember how much the cake taker was for a host in May, but if it's like $10, I'd probably do that. I'd probably just give it to her. You know, but it depends on what you feel like you're doing. Just remember, if you pay for that, that comes out of your profit, okay? If you have something at home that you can send her that you got free, that's even better. So it's up to each individual what kind of gifts you use. I mainly, for my little tic-tac-toes, it may be old dating gifts. It could be citrus peelers. It could be funnels. Just depends on what you have, okay? But I really, really push the participation in the party, okay? Because that's going to make the party. Make sure she has those 10 people at the party, because the more people you have if you're doing a live demo, I do go in and do a live demo, and I think that makes a huge difference if you have those people watching while you're actually doing the demo. And you can tell if they're having fun because they're typing in and making comments. And I can remember one party I did. Oh my gosh, they were so much fun. We had so much fun in that party. And the party, I usually run my parties between 45 minutes to an hour for the live demo. And I mean, it was like almost an hour and a half. And I was like, guys, I have to get off of here. So that was something that I was like, y'all can stay up all night. I got to go to bed. And so but they were having a great time. So that was fine. I said, y'all can stay in the party and keep messaging each other if you want to, but I'm out of here. You know, we'll talk more at the next party. So it's fun when they get, you know, they really start having a good time and they're participating. I always do a game during my party, not during the live, but like on day 2. On my day, I'm only doing a 3-day party now. So day 1, I do the sales specials. Day 2, I do the host gift specials, and do a game, like the guessing game, or it could be tell me what your favorite piece of Tupperware is, or what is your oldest piece of Tupperware, post a picture. And that way that also helps get interaction in the party too. So that's a lot of fun. And then I always announce the winner in the party. So that gets them in the party because they want to know who won. So that's another, just an easy way to get people in to be in the party when you're doing your live demo. Let's see. Let's hold that. Okay, so I said mail a thank you card when you date the party, but another thing to do is mail a thank you card after the party. So once you've closed out your party, mail a thank you gift for that too. And then one other thing that I do is if you have people ordering before the actual live demo, message them and tell them, say, hey, I saw that you placed your order. Thank you. I actually put that in the party, and I thank them for placing their order. Sending you a private message. So then I send them a private message. I say, hey, when you get your Tupperware, come back in the party and be sure to post what you ordered. Just post a picture of it. Oh my gosh, guys, people love that. They love to see what other people got. And now that, they're doing everything and it's coming right to their own house, nobody knows what anybody has ordered. So when they see what other people order, then they like that, because sometimes it'll get them to go back and order, like, especially the ones who haven't ordered yet. They may go on there and order that too. They're just like, oh, I didn't even see that in the catalog. Thanks for showing me that. And people like to have what other people have. So that just helps with that. But I just send my host at the end of the party. I'll also send her a little goodie box or whatever. And it has all the gifts for everybody who won gifts at the party. I send it to the host. I used to try to send it to each individual person. Well, wow, that got way too expensive. So I just send everything to the host and let her send it out if she has to mail something. But most of the time, all her friends live close to her anyway, or they work with her or something. So, that makes it easy. But that's pretty much what I do. A lot of contact with your host. I have to say, by picking up that phone and actually talking to my host, it's made a big difference in my parties. So I think that's pretty much it, Marsha.
I love it. I mean, lots of comments going on, and I think people that have done tic-tac-toe in the past forgot all about it, and I really appreciate you bringing. And especially, I love that little twist on with today's, make comments in the chat and stuff like that.
And see, I had quit using it because we were doing all virtual parties, and then all of a sudden I got to thinking. Everybody was saying, oh, yeah, send the host a packet and everything. I'm like, well, I could still do my tic-tac-toe then. Yeah. And so, it does make a difference.
And one of the things I want to, because you touched on it, but I want to share this with everybody, because this is going to be so important for birthday month. One of the things, Stacy, you saw that she said, ask who do you think would want to have a party. She's asking the host this before the party. And the reason that she's done this is, that's okay. She actually will reach out to that person to see about getting their date for the party before the party. And I remember you had one time when the dating was actually held before the party.
Right.
Like
I've had several that have done that. Yeah.
And
guys, you can do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if their party is before the hostess's party.
So it's a great way to just kind of build into May. If you've got somebody who wants to date in May, who do you think will want to have a party? And the other one that she's done really successfully over the years is getting somebody to double host. And you can even double host in Facebook. You can do a double host party. And basically you have two people booked, they have booked, and you hold the party at the same time in the same group, and they invite their friends. But those are two of the other things that Stacy does. And that's why she's been one of our top personal sellers for over 30 years and has the record for the most, I think, per month, from holding parties ever. So thank you so much for sharing with us tonight, Stacy. Guys, drop in the comments and show her some love and let her know what you appreciate about what she shared.
Good luck, everybody, for birthday month. Bye.
All right, guys. So we are rocking and rolling and ready to go into these last 10 days of April. Please, please, please don't just start thinking about birthday month. What you want to think about is we've got to close these next 10 days. We have a bunch of stuff to work with. This is your April mailer that is still continuing, and we still have those things to work with. I love, love, love the Thatsables. We need to get the word out about those Thatsables, right? Because we have a challenge going on. And of course, they're recognizing nationwide and region-wide who has the tops in sales. Right now, as of earlier today, our top 3 in sales of the Thatsables sets are Lily Tovar, Michelle Davis, and Celia Neri. And so they have the most so far. We have several tied right underneath those, but those 3 are tops there already. Lily has 15 sets sold already. And I had gone live the other day and said that I have I have some special ornaments that I'm going to give away. And these are the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel ornaments. I had a few, I found a few left over from last year's challenge. So we have a lot of new folks who maybe have never gotten one of these. So you have a chance to get one by being one of our top 5 in sales of these. That's a bowl. So I want to know who's going to sell the most of these in the next 3 days. Okay. We also, of course, have our reminder canisters that we are selling. This price is off the charts. $26 is crazy. It's an amazing value. You want to be out there talking about this. Rachel Ricketts is number 1 right now. Veronica Todorov, number 2, and Aubrey Stebbins, number 3. Rachel's already sold, I think I did post it earlier, 15 sets or 11 sets so far. But I think she told me that she already had some more sold. So guys, we had some great training on these. We've shown these. If you were on Saturday on our SpringFest, Marilyn Billings with our friends at Golden Opportunity shared a great demo on them, all the different uses for them, and shared some really cool tips, which I know some of you picked up on, about how to keep them pristine and clean on your countertops as well. So if you didn't watch that, I posted the link for you to go back so you can watch all of the training from Saturday as well. But who's going to be our top 3, our tops in this as well? Just wanted to let's have a little competition. This one, we definitely have 2 more days to go with. And I want to challenge you all to think about, can I sell 10 of these in the next couple of days? Because the person in the nation who's actually in our region who sold the most has sold 144 sets. And you know what he does? It's a guy. And he's out there. He's on Facebook. He's on Instagram. He's on TikTok. He's talking it up, and he's just putting it out there, and he's just spreading the word. And so guys, you need to go live. You need to spread the word, because there's money to be made and there's canister sets to be sold, and you can do it in the next 2 days. All right. We also have something going for the next 2 days as well. This all factors in together. If you've got parties going on right now, you can just pump it up with these. It's our If It Fits, It Ships. I only do this once in a while, but I felt like we needed to pull it out again. You'll see that our goal is to get over that, to make our goal of 105,000 by, that's our goal for the month. We want to do it by Wednesday if we can. And so I'm giving away I'm taking 5 gifts for every 5,000 we sell. So we were almost at 75. So I said, well, that'll be the first one. So we've got 5 in there now. We are just a little bit away from adding 5 more gifts. Each $5,000 means I add 5 more products. And then at the end, I will, if it fits, it ships. Those items will be going out. If we make our goal of 105 by Wednesday, boy, oh boy, I'm going to go nuts, and I'm going to add a whole nother batch of gifts to it. So let's get busy and make that happen. And if you've never been here for If It Fits, It Ships, guys, in the comments, tell them what it's all about and tell them why they do not want to miss it. Okay. Now, we know that we've got to get our parties booked. We've got a list of people to call. We know what to do once we get them booked, but we need to expand how we book parties. And I have someone else here tonight that's going to help me out. And let me just take bring her on here. Let me take this off. There we go. And oops, where's my thing? There he is. There she is. There she is. And that's our amazing director, Shannon Daniel, here. And Shannon is going to talk to you guys for just a few minutes tonight about something super fun, super exciting. She was at an in-person SpringFest on Saturday in Red Bay, Alabama, a little bitty town, but filled with a lot of Tupperware people on Saturday. And of course, our regional sales director, Hernan, was there. And Shannon was recognized as she was actually their first trainer of the day there. She was the number 1 in recruiting and the number 3 in personal sales for the challenge period at the SpringFest there. And she is going to share with you the training that she did there as well. So I'm going to bring this up, and I am going to turn it over to you, Shannon.
Thank you, ma'am. Hi, everybody. How are you guys? So Saturday I traveled over to Red Bay, Alabama, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours from here. And I got to party with Excite Party Sales and a couple of others that were fantastic. I trained on how to party in your Facebook Messenger. We've talked about Facebook Messenger parties since around Jubilee of last year. I know that's when it really started going big and people were talking about it. We even had a training on it. And then Cheryl Smith talked to us about it and helped us, come up with some new ways and some new things. So I'm just going to tell you what I've honed in on and kind of made some changes to mine. And it's helped with my party sales quite a bit. So first you're going to find your party host. If you don't already have one and you haven't done your homework, so you're going to find a new party host. You're going to reach out to your friends, your family, your past party host, your past customers. You're going to tell them that you're trying out a new party platform for Tupperware. And you want to spoil them. You want to give them lots of free and half off Tupperware. And it's a quick messenger party. It doesn't take very long. It's very not in your face, let me put it that way. So you're going to schedule your date and your time, and then so I like to start my messenger parties. This is a weird time, but this is what I like to do. I like to start it at midday on, say, a Monday or a Tuesday, but I'm going to close it out that next day at 6 p.m. That gives them 18 hours of shopping time. So you're going to have your host reach out to 20 to 25 people to invite, because not all 20 to 25 are going to say yes, right? So you're going to have her invite 20 to 25 people. And once she has her first 10 that respond, yes, they will attend, they'll go, have her set up a chat group. She has to set it up, because remember, you're not friends with her friends yet, but you will be by the end of the party. But again, she has to set it up. She has to invite everybody. All you're doing is partying. You're going to post the post. You're going to do the follow-up. You're going to post the, all the links, but she's got to do the inviting. She can also post on her Facebook page as well if she wants to. I don't really recommend that a whole lot, because you're going to get a lot of stragglers and stragglers in there that's really not going to participate. So you want her to really personally message everybody that's going to attend or that she thinks would attend. So the day of the party, I do an introductory post welcoming everyone to the party, telling a little bit about myself, how long I've been in the business, and what Tupperware has done for me. That first day, you're going to highlight the monthly specials. So you're going to start, it's April, so you would start with your That's a Bowls, or you would start with the Crystal Wave. Whatever you wanted to start with, that's where you would start. And I post every hour and a half to 2 hours. Really about every hour and a half, I guess, for the most part. You're going to highlight those monthly specials and play a game, do an engagement post. I kind of break up those monthly specials with the engagement post and the games. That way it's not all just salesy. I also post a join me, a meme or a post. I highlight one of the 2 kits in the mock party that you guys will get to see. I highlighted the $49 kit, because you can get this whole kit for $49, or you can get this, the Chopper Junior. I don't even know what it's called anymore. The Chopper Junior for $50. So which would you take? 49 for all of this, 50 for this. It's kind of iffy, but I would go with the $49 one. I also, at the end, post a catalog post. So they don't just see the sales specials. They don't just see the That's a Bowls. They don't just see the Crystal Wave. They get to see the whole catalog. So at the end of the day, on that first day, I will post the catalog link for them to look at, so that they can go shopping there as well. I'll also include a Join My VIP group post and link there towards the end of the party, maybe probably after you post the catalog post, because you don't want it all just to seem so salesy all the time. And so then when you get to the last day of the party, remember, I only run mine for 2 hours. 2 days only. So 12 noon to 6 o'clock the following day. I post a last day to order post, which will contain the catalog, the catalog link, the brochure link, and then her party order link. I also do an engagement post. This is about what normally is about what you can get by joining Tupperware. I have a fun little graphic that I've made and I've shared before. And it's got, all the little things, the $, the traveling, the free Tupperware, the product delivered at your door, what have you, all on that post. So I'll also post that engagement post on there. I also do maybe one more game, like a guessing game or a survey post. I like the survey post because you're going to collect all their information. You're going to collect their name, their address, their phone number, and their email. That's how you're going to get your leads, is by doing that survey post. So I always like to do a survey post in all of my parties, whether they're messenger parties or they're Facebook parties or they're in-home parties or even the Zoom party. I still post my links in there and have everybody get on them. And then I help your host post. Help your host. She needs 2 more party goers. She's X amount of dollars away from reaching that level 1 goals, or she's X amount of dollars from reaching that level 2 goal. You always want to put those kinds of posts in there. After you post, or after I post my help your host post, that's a tongue twister, guys. Say that one time real fast. Help your host post. I announce the winners of the games, the survey entries, tickets collected, because I do tickets in my parties. So I will announce those winners. And then at the end, the very end of the party, I'll post, "That's it, ladies. The party closes in an hour." Add all of the links one more time. And then I encourage them to host their own party or to join my team. But that's not it. So you got that hour window right there where you're going to keep that party open just an hour more, just so you can get in those last minute orders. But this is where you're going to have to make friends, or send friend requests or send message requests to the party goers. Thanks, because follow-up is key. Follow-up is absolutely key. It's great customer service, and it's great follow-up for you to make sure your people are taken care of. Message them, ask them would they like to order, ask them would they did they enjoy the party, would they like to host their own party. Tell me, did anything I say about joining my team kind of click with you? Would you love to make extra money? Would you like to go on a free trip paid for by Tupperware? Those kinds of things that just kind of might just catch their attention. So I do send those messages at the end of my messenger parties as well as my regular Facebook parties. And you just check with them and see if there's anything else that you can do, what you can do to help them. I know Marsha has posted the PowerPoint in here, the graphics in here. She's also going to post the party post that we did for the Red Bay. What is that called that we just did? Springfest.
Springfest. Yep. See, I was saving that to the end. People are asking, well, can we get a template or this and this and this? And just like I said with Stacy's, that I'm going to be posting both the image and the PDF of her tic-tac-toe. Shannon has actually done just like Aubrey has done our mock party for our Facebook events and groups. Shannon has done a mock party for a messenger party. And so we're going to give you access to that. It is in the Telegram app. I will post how to, that it's a free app. We like it because it doesn't get as jumbled and lost like sometimes things on Facebook. And so we'll have that there so you can just hop on over there and go post by post by post by post. But what I love about what Shannon said, guys, it only takes 18 hours to do this party. It's like 24 hours. And that's why I say you could date a party right now and have it closed by by Wednesday this week. You could date a party tonight. And once again, I asked you to make that list, and Jen did. So I'm waiting to see the rest of you make that list of 5 people that you can ask. You can send that message to them. Shannon shared the words with you. I'm helping Tupperware test a party platform. Would love for you to help me out, right? And so you go and you get this party's dated. You kick it tomorrow at noon because you got to get her working on getting her 10 people in there.
Yes.
Kick it at noon tomorrow, run it till 6 o'clock on Wednesday. You've got a party this week, and then you can keep dating next week and next week. It's so exciting, right? So she's got all that template ready for you. We're going to share that with you after the meeting tonight. But everybody give Shannon a bunch of love. Let her know we appreciate her. And thank you so much for sharing with us today as well.
Thank you.
All right, guys, so we're going to wrap this up tonight because we're almost out of time. And, you know, I hate to keep anything away from you, but I will post this one also for you. The thing that I want you to think about, Stacy mentioned, you know, she's doing like a lot of Facebook parties, and she used to do all in-home parties. And she also said she goes live in her parties, and we have folks that are doing Zoom parties. Corinne a few weeks ago talked about how she does a party in Zoom. So these, you know, so there's all these different kinds of parties. Now you have Messenger to add to this. And the thumbprint is the same in every one of these cases. What Stacy was talking about, what Shannon was talking about, you build a relationship with your hostess first. You find out what her friends' interests are. So you're, approaching it with what's in it for them. So they're excited about what they're learning. They all work with getting multiple different groups of people on and having a good turnout at the party. They all talk about the products. They all talk about the host gifts. They all talk about joining our business, and they all ask people for their orders. That's the key. And so I will share this thumbprint of how you can make every single party successful simply by following these simple guidelines here as well. Remember, guys, you are in the midst of your 2-week personal sales challenge to get all these amazing Fridge Smart for just $30. And of course, we are a little over halfway towards our monthly challenge where you can get the Ultra Clear collection for just $15. We also have these great recruiter rewards for you. For your first recruit who comes in and does $99 before April 26th. And for your recruit who does a $500 order in their first 30 days. And you can get up to 3 of these. This is my favorite pan. Oh my gosh, I love this pan. And then we also, of course, have these great incentives for our new recruits who come in, do their 99 in April. That's going to help you get your gift. They're going to get their gifts. And then at $250 in sales, they're going to qualify for a new $75 retail voucher, $500 in their first 30 days. They get the $150. And of course, you get your pot and pan there. So lots and lots of great things going on for our new recruits and for you. And to help you get those new recruits, we are going to be doing something special this coming Tuesday, April 25th at 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. I will be sharing with you a link so that you can start to invite people to it. It will be we're going to do it as a Zoom, because we want to be able to answer questions and stuff like that. But I'll have a little invite thing for you to put out. But go ahead and start making your list of people. Just like I've had you making lots of lists tonight. Use your Franks and get a list of people that you would love to tell about Tupperware. Think about someone you know that maybe lives in another state, and that would help you branch out. Think about someone who you know has been looking for something to do to make some extra money. Think about that friend of yours who has sold any kind of direct sales that there is. Isn't it about time she got with the best, not the rest? So reach out to her and invite them to be your guest. Why is it called Pizza Perks and Profits? Well, I use pizza kind of as a fun way to tell the story, but I will be giving away Domino's gift cards for our folks who get on Tuesday night. So all of our guests that are on will be entered to win a Domino's pizza gift card, so that they can buy dinner for their family, have some fun, take their family out for dinner, whatever they want to use, maybe have a party to kick off their new business. Who knows? But we're going to talk all about why Tupperware it's a great time to be in Tupperware and what Tupperware has to offer. So mark that date right now as well. Okay, so we're going to close up with one last thing. And of course, it goes back to what I said at the very beginning. There's 100 reasons why we think we can't do something, 100 things that we think are going to stand in our way. And there's really more reasons to not do something than there are reasons to do something in life, because that's the way our mind works. It works on fear. And so it makes lots of excuses and lots of, reasons why you shouldn't do this because, this could happen or that could happen. Or see, here's why you shouldn't be doing it because look at all this other stuff over here. When the reality is, I need to make some money and I have the means to do it right here in my hands. And I can use Facebook. I don't have to leave my home. I can use, whatever means that I want to be able to do this. And that's what we have to focus on because there's always going to be a risk at failing, but there's always going to be a chance that you'll make a mistake, but there's always the chance that you will succeed. And that's why you do it. You do it anyway, no matter what the fears are. You focus on the one reason why you can, the one reason why you want to. And I want you to right now to think about what's the one reason that you can, 100 reasons why you can't, but what's the one reason that you can? And I'll say it's because you are destined for success. I'll say it's because you're a boss babe and you're going places. I'll say because you deserve to be able to take control of your family's finances, to be able to start living your yes life and making things happen. So let's go out there and do this and have a wonderful, wonderful close to these next 2 weeks. Make me give away a big old box in our If It Fits, It Ships here as well. So good night, everybody, and thank you.
Make my drip and bust them lip. Woman, you're nice and energetic. Picture for the ocean as a big Titanic. Whoa.